So welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. I'm out here working on the barn today, and the guys from Alpine Pool, they're over there working on the swimming pool. I think they poured the steps today. They got a bunch of other little stuff to do, but they should be pretty well wrapped up today. And then they come back later, but next week, the electrician will finish up everything he has to do. And the propane will come, we'll get the heater hooked up. Then Tom and his guys from Concrete with the Hosses will pour all the concrete, and then Alpine Pool will come back and install the liner, fill it with water, get everything up and running, and we should be good to go. What wasn't good to go, I had a little screw up here. And I should have known better. I'm putting the boards up here, the battens will be next, but I had one board that was a little bit thicker than all the other ones. Something, I don't know what I did. I screwed it up on the sawmill for some reason, but it was probably 1/8 of an inch thicker than the rest of the boards. And I kind of knew it when I was putting it up, and I put it up anyway. I thought, oh, it'll be okay. But then I got to looking at it, the batten would have been sitting all wonky. So I'm like, I'll just pull this board out, put another one in. These nails hold very well. They really do. Took a lot to get that one off, but I got it replaced with a good one, and I'm moving right along. Now it's supposed to rain later on today, and before that happens, I need to move a little dirt with the dump truck here. I'll show you what we're gonna do. Last fall, I moved a whole bunch of shale. I dug a big borrow pit because I needed shale for the building site, and I knew it would sink over winter, which it did. I used it as a burn pit, and then I put like a mix of different materials back in there. A little bit of shale, a little bit of topsoil. You can see right where that pit was. So I'm gonna go get some dirt. We have some excess dirt over there by the pool, and we'll bring about 4 or 5 loads out here, fill this in, track it in, and then next year I'll probably do the same thing again, and then that'll be the end of it. It'll be all settled out. But I actually thought it would settle more than that because this was probably, it was a good 8-9 feet deep. But we took a lot of shale out of this hole to build up the pad for the building because he had about 8 inches of topsoil that had to come out. And then I needed to build that back up with good material. So that being said, let's go get some dirt. I think I'll take the dump truck out, bring the skid loader back first, kind of fix this up here just a bit so we can back right in here, right to the edge, right where we need it. All right, I brought 3 loads out. It could use 1 more for sure. I was gonna do that, but the raindrops were starting to fall, and I think it's gonna pour down the rain here shortly. So with that being said, I think I'm gonna shut her down. I just pulled up the radar here. Oh man, it's so, we're right on the edge, you know? We may, no, we're gonna get some rain. It doesn't look too bad. So with that being said, tomorrow I can work on the siding on the barn. Probably going to be pretty wet everywhere else, but we'll just have to see how it goes. And I have a question for you guys. I'll show you when I get back over to the house. It's raining pretty hard, so we're going to have to do this from inside the truck. I'll zoom in a little bit. I really like how that looks beside the pool right there. And you can just see to the left of it, the start of my road going down to the wood yard. I would like to leave that area like it is, because I've been thinking I'm gonna have to cut some of that out to get my road in. I'll have plenty of room, but I like that big flat area. So I'm looking into a big retaining wall. When I say big, I mean big blocks, you know? Like, I don't want like little Versalocks, or I want big blocks that I have to like set with the excavator. There'll be less of them, and I think that would look good there. Like a sandstone color. We've got a lot of tans and browns and grays and all that, but like a sandstone, big blocks. Even if I have to dig a footer, pour a footer, set the blocks on the footer, something that's not going to move around. I have to do some homework. So if you can recommend a product like that, big blocks, big heavy blocks that look nice, let me know in the comments. I don't want them moving around, you know? So it is first thing in the morning. Just came out here to check out the big hole in the ground here. But we had quite a bit of rain last night. It should dry out by later on today. If it does, I'm going to get back to work on the road over there, get rid of some more dirt. I got a pile there, small one left, big pile on the other side of the gate, but I need to get that road back in shape down to the wood yard. Because on days like this, you can't really get down there without making a big mess. So I need to get that taken care of. But I want to show you something. So check this out. They poured a pad right here to set all the equipment on. But there is a lot going on here. The white lines are all water lines. The gray lines are electric lines. Nice, neat, clean job. I was debating on starting a fire this morning, but it's going to happen. I just checked the forecast. It's only supposed to get up to about 55 today, and it is chilly. Really chilly. What you got there, Arch? You got a ball, don't you? Hey, Axel. And speaking of starting fires, Firestarter is back in stock and available right now, along with the all-season Firestarter bundle. You get 8 of these reusable tins with a screw-on lid, and an extra bag of Firestarter to refill these. With one of these, you can start, I don't know, 4 or 5 fires, depending on how much you use, but it works really good. Everybody seems to like it. I think this is a great idea for spring, summer, fall. You know, campfires, Brio pit, solo stove, or days like this when you got to keep burning in the wood stove. And it works great. So there'll be a link in the description, pinned comment as well. So yeah, 8 of these are all filled with Firestarter, reusable tin, screw-on lid, and another bag of Firestarter. That is the all-season firewood bundle. But right now, I need to do something that I'm not a fan of. I have to go to Costco. And I like Costco, I do. It's just always packed, always crowded. And Melissa's taking care of some stuff inside the house this morning. And I said, you know what? While I wait for things to dry out, I will go to Costco. So she started her list. All right, on the road, headed to Costco. I wanted to show you what's going on in the neighborhood here. I don't know if you can see up on that hill. Whole bunch of houses up there. Their new places are building. Then you come down around this bend. There's an old farm over here to the right. They don't farm. But then on the left, they're building a new house. That's a nice place right there. And they have, I think they got 15 acres or 10 or 15 acres or something. And then up on the hill here, housing plan. And it's worse than that. You got a lot of these quads where there's 4 in each one. And then some duplexes. And then way back in the back, some single family homes. But like that house up on the hill right there, as the crow flies, is probably 3/4 of a mile from our barn. All right, leaving Costco. This place is a madhouse. It is. I swear they could build another one a half mile from here and it would be just as busy. Total chaos. All right, got back from Costco a little bit ago. The sun is doing its job. Starting to dry this stuff up. It's going to be a couple hours though before I should get on it. I think we will maybe go work on the barn for a little bit, and towards evening see what we can do with this. Before we do that, we got to check on the grounds crew here. We got Ty. Where's Yaya and Thea? They're over there. They're on stick detail this morning. All these trees, it's crazy what comes down each year. All right, so my ADHD or whatever it is in full swing. I started off, I was gonna head out to the barn, and then I wanted to get my headphones there in the excavator. So I went over to it. I saw that tiller sitting there, and I thought, that's in the way because I'm gonna have to backfill that ditch later today or tomorrow. So I moved the tiller down here, parked the excavator, saw a basket of firewood, pizza wood that wasn't finished. So I thought, I'll split this wood real quick. So I did that. Then I thought, wood, we need wood up at HQ. So I went and got the tractor, came down here to get firewood. I saw some excess stone laying around here, and I wanted to kind of start shaping this new road, so I did that. Next, I'll get the wood for HQ, then head out to the barn, unless I get distracted between now and then. Now this will take a bunch of stone, but you can kind of see how this is going to play out. The road used to be over here, now it's going to be over here, and that's actually much better because I always have that road kind of pitched this way, and the water would kind of erode that right side looking up. This way, I can keep it pitched that way, and it'll just blow off into the woods, down over the hill. That'll be good. Alrighty. Coming along. So, it is an absolutely beautiful day today, and I'm really enjoying it. Took a little break here, reading through some of the comments from today's video, and I'll tell you what, a lot of us think alike. I'll give you the backstory. This morning, I sent a text to the family. We have like a group chat, and I was standing over there at the building, and I was looking at the swimming pool, and I thought, you know, we always just call this the building. And I tried calling it HQ. That just never really stuck. So everybody just refers to it as the building. So I had an idea, and I sent this to the family. I said, I know we do work in the building, but since the pool being added from this day forth, I think it should now and forever be called the Rec Center. Thoughts? Everybody seemed to like that. So I think that will stick. We'll have the Rec Center and the barn. But back to today's video in the comments. I get a comment from some guy. What's his name? Bob Hidley, I believe. He said, impressive, the Morgan Rec Center. So it's been a little over a week since this floor was poured. I talked to Tom, well, the day that he poured it. He said it cures completely in 28 days. I could start putting light stuff in here, but I'm just going to wait a little bit longer. Need to get this whole side done right here. The gable ends, they definitely take longer than the sides, but it's that time of year. It's starting to dry up, and I can get around that side with a man lift. It'll go pretty fast. But I just love it out here. I do. It's like you're in the middle of nowhere, yet, I don't know, you kind of are, you know? But if you go that way, about a half mile as the crow flies, maybe 3/4 of a mile. There's a new housing plan over there. There's all kind of stuff happening around here. But I like it right here. I've been debating on leaving this open or putting a wall right here. I don't know what I'm going to do there yet. I kind of like the way it is right there. But I was also thinking of putting a wall right there. This end down here, I'm going to not put a wall. Well, I'll do like a 3-foot wall and a big wide top, and then just have like a doorway going into here. So this part will be open up here, have like a big workbench right here, big wide, maybe like live edge top or something, and then just do board and batten from the floor up like 3 feet. We will probably, we may even start using this, start having our 4th of July parties once again. We couldn't do that the last couple years. It just got difficult. The wood yard down there, you couldn't do fireworks, too congested. But out here, we would have plenty of parking. And this would be a great place to host a big party, Another couple months, this will all be green and pretty out here. I got to do the food plot again. I don't know what I'll plant this summer. We'll figure that out. But yeah, this will be a multi-use barn. But anyway, right now I'm going to head over to the house. I think we're going to cook a few steaks on the Blackstone. So this right here, this is the greatest thing ever. Look at that. All right, I just finished up breakfast and I've been sitting here staring at this for about 5 minutes, trying to figure out how to make this work without building a big retaining wall. A big wall would be nice, pretty pricey. I don't know. I just need more room. And I'd like to take this corner out right here. I like how that looks up there. I don't know. I can't move the road over this direction any farther because I'll be getting close to the septic tank for the house. I looked into different types of retaining walls, like Magnum stone, Ready Rock, like big, heavy blocks. They're really nice, but it would probably be, it'd be like $10,000 to build a wall along here. It would be nice, but I don't think I really want to do that either, I don't know. I'm just going to keep looking at it. I will this afternoon maybe start shaping this some more, lay out where the concrete goes. What would be nice would be able to leave this nice strip of grass through here that I can mow with the Cub Cadet mower. It does really good on hills. Yeah, or a wall. I don't know. It has to be a good wall. So many of those things. You get the freeze, thaw, all that stuff. I don't know. But you take this corner off right here, slope this down so I can still mow it. from here down, I got plenty of width. Everything would be good. And remember, this is about 6 inch below finished grade because there'll be stone on here, so that helps things a little bit. I got a little hump to come out right there, and then the road will be on subgrade, and I can start putting some stone in here. I just didn't want to get carried away on the stone until I decide what we're going to do here, because I got propane, the propane tank and all that's coming, I think midweek, so it's going to be rainy, wet. I need to make sure this is in good shape so he can get around there and set the propane tank. I don't know, just got to think about it a little bit more. If you have any recommendations for big, heavy stones, and not like the concrete ones I got around the wood bunker. I mean, concrete's okay, but it's got to be like a nice looking wall. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Let me know in the comments. But anyway, don't forget the all-season firewood bundle is available right now. Link in the description, pinned comment as well. Appreciate you guys being here, and I'll catch you on the next one.